Marking 65 years as Kentucky's first television station. This is Wave 3 News.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Wave 3 News at 11. I'm Jamie Weiss in for Myra and Sorry tonight. We'll get you up to date on all of tonight's college basketball action in just a minute. But first, we hope you enjoyed the warmer temps and sun today because it's not going to last. Wave 3's chief meteorologist Kevin Harnett is here with a look ahead to a snowy start to the week.
Yeah, you know, Jamie, it's back to winter time all of a sudden. Now, we enjoyed temperatures in the 50s today. We're down to 49, 39 in Seymour. Colder air starting to push in. The real cold air arrives tomorrow late afternoon into the evening. You can see some of that precip showing up as well. Western Kentucky, southwest Indiana. That pushes in here during the overnight hours as plain rain. No problems for the early part of the day Sunday. However, as the day unfolds and that colder air starts to come in on the backside of that low pressure, we're going to see the rain change to snow, especially to our north. Winter storm warnings to our north around Indianapolis. Winter weather advisories for Lawrence County, Jackson, and Jennings County. Just off to our north, that's Bedford, Mitchell, Seymour, over to North Vernon. How much snow do we expect? What will we see? I've gone through the latest data this evening, and I'll have the forecast for you coming up in just a few minutes.
We'll see you then. Thanks, Kevin. The Cards are headed for the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row. U of L made easy work of Colorado State and Lexington tonight, beating the Rams 82-56. And as Wave 3 Sports Director Kent Taylor shows us, the Cardinals really did paint Rupp Arena red.
He has played 3 games in this arena, and in those 3 games, he has scored a total of 80 points. That's why they're starting to call it Russ Arena.
All the games I played in here were big games. You know, Kentucky, the first opener of the tournament, and today. So big games, I try to show up and do whatever I can to play well, and I've been lucky so far.
I mean, a 6-foot player that's with a 7-foot heart. You know, that's the one thing I respect about him because he's not going back down for nobody, no team. So
Russ Arena, can we call it that now?
Yeah, it's Russ Arena. It's not Rupp Arena, it's Russ Arena now.
Me and my sister here, we absolutely love Russ. We love the Cardinals. I'm an alum. I'm in medical school there now. I love my Cardinals. I'd love to see them go all the way. Go Cards!
I can tell you, he knew all about Russ Arena. I can tell you that right now. He knew all about, but he's also gained humility.
How much is the world of basketball taking notice of Russ? Well, LeBron James was tweeting about him in the first half.
Is he in here?
No, he's at the press conference.
Oh, well, he's going to go crazy once he finds out that LeBron was tweeting about him.
He's going to blow his head up. We're going to hear about it from here all the way to Louisville.
That's great. You know, I mean, I can't even, wow, like, that's just big, and I want to thank him for that.
And after 2 wins in Russ Arena in this NCAA tournament, now the Cards move on to the Sweet 16 in Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Their next game, Friday. In Lexington, I'm Kent Taylor, Wave 3 Sports.
Russ Arena has a good ring to it, doesn't it? And right now, the Indiana Hoosiers are gearing up for tomorrow's 3rd round showdown with the 9th-seeded Temple Owls. Kendrick Haskins has a preview from Dayton, Ohio.
December 10th, 2011, a day in history that will always resonate in IU folklore. It was a shot that let the world know IU is back. Tristan Watford's game-winning 3 against then #1 and eventual national champion Kentucky changed the IU program forever.
I don't really think about it no more, but you know, I'm reminded of it constantly, you know, almost every day of my life.
A little known fact about that shot, Watford's girlfriend is a student at UK.
Well, you know, I think she received a lot of, you know, negative stuff behind it, but, you know, she did a great job with it.
She endured some ribbing from her classmates, but not too much. After all, she was on the winning side.
I know a lot of those guys, so you know, it's all good. They got us when it mattered the most, so you know, that's what they're happy about.
Hopefully for IU, Watford has a few more of those shots left in the chamber. Up next for IU, a date with Temple for the right to go to the Sweet 16. From the University of Dayton Arena with IU, Kendrick Haskins, Wave 3 News.
Thanks so much, Kendrick. Mike Hartnett will have full highlights of U of L's huge win and more on the Hoosiers' 3rd round game against Temple coming up later in sports. A New Albany mother and her 2 young kids, only 10 years and 6 months old, were laid to rest today. Jamie, Brandon, and Caitlin Clutter were found dead in a creek in Binford Park last week. Wave 3's Sherelle Hubbard spoke with Mike Clutter after their funeral today. She's live now at New Albany's Police Department. Sherelle, I can only imagine how difficult this day was for him.
Yes, Jamie, this was a very, very sad day. Michael Clutter, the father and husband of this family, came out and spoke with Wave 3 immediately following the funeral. He's just trying to hold it all together, and he's doing that by holding on to the memories that he has of his wife and his 2 children.
It was hard walking away. I didn't even feel like sitting down. I just stood up there for the whole time for the viewing. People coming through, and I just didn't want to let go.
Michael Clutter says it's so hard to say goodbye. He says in life, he and his wife Jamie, their 10-year-old son Brandon, and their 6-month-old daughter Caitlin were inseparable. So it's challenging to be apart from them now. He's barely eaten or slept since he got the news that Jamie, Brandon, and Caitlin were found dead in a Binford Park creek, naked, the children drowned.
Whenever I seen the pictures, I mean, that was the hardest thing for me.
And all he has left now are memories.
I'm trying to remember all the happy times and all the pictures and the videos, and you know, it's I wished I would have took more pictures. I wished I would have had more videos.
The mysterious deaths have rocked the New Albany community. Hundreds attended the funeral. Police are still investigating the deaths. Jamie Clutter's cause of death has not been determined, awaiting toxicology reports. All that was found at the scene was a baby harness and a Bible. Michael Clutter says he finds some solace in knowing that his wife and children had strong faith.
I know they're in heaven, though, and that's the only thing that gives me comfort. Because I know if there was anyone that ever deserved to be in heaven, they did.
The burial for Jamie, Caitlin, and Brandon won't happen until Monday. In the meantime, toxicology for Jamie Clutter could take weeks. Live at the New Albany Police Department, Sherelle Hubbard, Wave 3 News.
The streets of downtown Louisville exploded today. It was around 7:30 this morning when firefighters responded to smoke at Louisville Metro Police headquarters. After evacuating the building, crews noticed an explosion and notified Louisville Gas and Electric. Louisville Fire Lieutenant Colonel Glenn Nally says at least 1 electric vault underneath 7th Street caught fire. It led to 4 small explosions, blowing off 3 manhole covers and causing police to close off several streets.
There was a loud boom, and then I came across the corner and I saw smoke, and then there was fire shooting up out of the 2 manholes. It's about 6 to 8 feet tall.
What'd you think?
I was like, that's not good, because I work in Republic Plaza, and it was right in front of the building.
Around the same time as the underground fire, Mayor Greg Fisher's spokesperson Chris Pointer says a water supply line on the 6th floor of Metro Hall ruptured. Pointer believes it could be connected. The broken line caused water to leak into the 4th and 2nd floors. Staff also had to rush and save valuable artwork and historic furniture. Right now, it appears none of it was damaged, and Metro Hall should be open for regular business hours Monday. Today marks 8 years since Louisville Metro Police Officer Peter Grignon was killed in the line of duty. Grignon died in 2005 after serving only 2 years with LMPD. He was answering a hit-and-run call when a teenager shot him, then turned the gun on himself. Grignon's wife, Rebecca, says it was a routine call, his last of the day, and he told her he was going to respond, then head home, but never made it. He was killed just 3 days before his wedding anniversary.
I think every year is hard for us. March the 23rd will always be a hard day, but it is so comforting to know that he is not forgotten, that people remember him, that people have messaged me, the guys still get together and honor him. His department has made us a part of the family, and it is so comforting to know that he will never be forgotten.
Rebecca Grignon says on this day her husband would want everyone to not only remember him, but that it could have been any other officer killed. She hopes everyone in the community remembers those men and women who show up to work every day, not knowing for sure if they'll return home again. A former waitress at a southern Indiana restaurant has admitted she inflated tip amounts by as much as $80. 36-year-old April Royalty admitted she falsified tip amounts of 23 customers at Crystal and Jules restaurant in Madison. Royalty pleaded guilty to 23 counts of felony theft this week in Jefferson Circuit Court. As part of a plea agreement, her 4-year prison sentence was ordered to be served in community corrections. The judge also ordered Royalty to pay more than $600 in restitution. One of the most underappreciated professions in the world is finally getting some recognition. We'll explain next on Wave 3 News.
Winter storm warnings are in place across portions of Kentucky, and I'm going to show you where, and I'll let you know how much snow you can expect as we go into the latter half of the weekend and the first of next week. It has us asking ourselves, is it really spring? Forecasts coming up.
March is National Social Work Month, a time to celebrate one of this country's most important but often most underappreciated professions. Today at Spalding University, the School of Social Work came together to honor professionals and students working to make the community and the world a better place.
There's a lot of students here, there's a lot of practitioners here. We really wanted to open up our celebration to the community and let the community know that as social workers we are here and we are making a difference.
This was the first time the school hosted the celebration.
Tracking storms live. This is your Wave 3 weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Kevin Harned.
Hi, everybody. And just a reminder to check in with Brian on Sunrise tomorrow morning for the latest on the forecast.
You're going to want to see it with that snow. Have a good night.